Assalamu alaikum, hello and namaste. Welcome to the third episode of The Limelight. This is Fareen here. Today's guest is my school friend Suraksha Shetty. She has been dietitian and nutritionist from past 11 years. Hello Suraksha.
Hi Fareen, how are you?
I am fine. It's so lovely to have you on the hot seat of The Limelight.
Thank you, thanks a lot.
Okay Suraksha, give us a little glimpse of your personal life.
I'm a mother of two, one very naughty boy and a sweet, sweet girl. My husband is a physiotherapist and we practice together at our clinic. So I'm practicing from almost around 11 years.
That's wonderful. Well, in school we had different aims, like some wanted to be doctors, some engineers. What inspired you to be a dietitian?
You've seen me, Fareen, so I think you would know what might have inspired me. I was a fat kid from childhood. We used to always chubby kind of, oh, you're so cute, you're so fat, you're so chubby kind of thing. So everyone used to tease me for being fat and being always on a healthier side, I would say. So I never understood why I couldn't lose weight even after reducing the food intake, So I used to literally starve myself. I remember starving myself to almost to a level where I could faint, just to lose weight. So yeah, I think that was one thing. And then when I got married quite at early. So my mother-in-law and my husband, both of them suggested I should do something with food and nutrition since I'm very much fond of eating. So that's what, then I just tried thinking, see how it goes. And as soon as I started with the course, that's Nutritionist course, found it very interesting to know about food and how it works, what kind of bodies are there, and nutrition, how it works with your system. So all these things, I think that inspired me a lot to go ahead with it.
Wow, seriously, it's a one hell of bold step you took.
It's like being fat every time, it's like getting teased and everything. It was good to know that nutrition actually is. And another thing that I would say that I can't lose weight or we are always like, I'm fat from childhood and all those things. One thing I did get to know that our weight is not determined by our age. It's also by the frame that we have, that's like broad and medium and small frames and everything. So someone with a small frame who can be 50, a large frame one can never go to that weight,
Mm-hmm.
So it's like that. All those things I did get to know only after doing whole research on it.
Right. It's like you have found the solution for your own problem.
Yeah, right. That's right.
Suraksha, are your diet plans similar to other dietitians?
That's a big no, Hari. My diet looks nothing like what you normally see in a diet chart. Most people tend to go anything by the internet, It's mostly like that. So all these fat diet, that's your cabbage soup diet and the Atkins and all those fat diets as they are called. So I don't believe in these at all. I go by the concept of what our ancestors used to do, So most of the things would be wholesome food, healthier food, more of fruits and vegetables and chicken or fish or something like that. So I go by all these things. I don't give a salad diet and juices and all those things. So I think that what is different in my diet. And such diets is very easy to follow and it's very practical. To maintain that, you don't need much things, Like it will get maintained along with your normal routine. So we say, so once you lose the weight and then it comes back again, bounces back again and like that. So that doesn't happen in this kind of diet because you're following what your normal routine should be. You eat everything. You just, there is limit for every food. So that's what I follow.
Okay, right. Actually, once I had tried one of the fat diets, the juice fasting diet, and I used to drink juice for 3-4 days and instantly my weight used to drop for 2 kgs down. I was really happy and I used to continuously do that. And I did the diet because I wanted to be slim for one of the events, and after I lost weight. Event was over. I was back to my usual eating habits, and within few days I gained back the same weight.
Yeah, that's what happens in fat diets. Any of these diets that you try, there are so many, even GM diets. That's what most of my patients or clients who come, they'll be like, we have tried this GM diet and it gave us very good weight loss and everything. And then I have to actually ask them, did you maintain the weight you lost during that diet? It's like 1 week diet and you lose maybe around 2 kgs or 3 kgs, some maybe 5 kgs. But what about after the week? For that week, you might have lost, but as soon as you come to your normal diet of roti sabzi or your rice or whatever, so you are going to gain that back. It's not a practical diet at all, and along with that, all these kind of diets do give you side effects. It could be hair fall, it could be your nails chipping, it could be overall stamina loss and energetic. You don't feel energy at all. So all these things happen with this kind of diet, those fat diets. So that doesn't happen in a normal, but I think is following a medium carb, medium protein, medium fat diet is the best than to follow something out of these fads. So it's better to correct your metabolism, and I go on a metabolism correction rather than actually reducing food from the body. Nutrition should not be reduced, but metabolism has to be corrected. That's the thing that I follow.
Yeah, you're right. I heard that when your metabolism goes fine, then your weight will be stable.
Yeah, right.
A well-balanced diet does not give stretch marks. So only when you lose drastically or gain too much in less time, you tend to get stretch marks. Otherwise, you don't.
Okay, so you mean rapid weight loss will make our skin saggy and we might get stretch marks because of that?
Yes.
Okay. So, what are the challenges you faced in your profession?
Okay, when I started practicing, so I noticed that first thing that people come to me and ask me is, are you going to give us salads and juices and what and all do you give and all those things? And I was like, I don't give all these things at all. And that time they used to think that how can a diet not have salads and juices? I was more on a simple balanced diet that I give. It's like a morning breakfast, you'll have afternoon lunch, you'll have some snacks in the middle and your dinner. So proper breakfast, lunch and dinner and some snacks in the between. So that would be my diet, what I give. So explaining that itself would be a big challenge because they used to question me that will this actually give weight loss? Because you're giving us to eat literally like almost a whole day. So how can we lose weight? So that was a big challenge to even explain them how the metabolism gets corrected and how you can eat good food, proper food in proper amounts and still lose weight. So that would be a big challenge for me.
Yeah, right. And I used to always get scared of that too because anyone who would recommend me go to a dietitian, I was like, oh my god, no way. I know, I can understand like how you feel. You can understand. Well, what was the most amazing or aha moment which came across to you as a dietitian?
Oh, there are many amazing moments. Like helping people achieve their goals and seeing the happiness on their faces makes me feel very much contented with myself, So one such case I would say may be a bit long for a story, but I can just tell there was a man around 32 years old. He was 140 kilos when he came to me and tried everything and failed with all kind of diets and pills and whatnot. He might have tried everything possible that's there, all these fads and pills and powders, and every time he used to just end up like giving up the whole concept of diet and forget about his diet and eat more and put on more. So that's what took him to 140 kgs. And doctors and his other family members wanted him to opt for bariatric surgery. And I was the last dietitian going to trust. He told me that literally on my face that I'm trusting you and this is the last one that I'm trusting. It was like I thought maybe even the respect that he had for dietitians as professionals was lessened, because he is so frustrated with his weight and nobody could help him as what he said. So it was quite a big challenge for me too. I just told him, just give me 3 months. 3 months was it that I asked for. And I told him, just don't cheat. Whenever you feel like giving up, call me. I'm always there. So that's what he did. For 3 months, he didn't cheat. He just followed the diet. He did tell me that he didn't feel any kind of craving, or it just takes, it just 4 or 5 days to curb with your cravings. So those cravings get reduced within a week once you have set your mind on that. So that's what happened with him. And the diet was quite practical, so he's happy with the kind of food that he was eating. So I didn't actually stop anything that he needs. He was happy with eating chicken and paneer and everything. He was happy with that. So that's why he could follow the diet and continue it for 3 months. Within 3 months, he lost around 12 kilos.
Oh.
And it was like, he was surprised himself. So every week he was losing 1.5, sometimes 2 kilos, sometimes 500 grams. But at the end of 3 months, he lost 12 kgs altogether. So, and then after 6 months, he lost around 25 kilos around in 6 months. He was the first one to call me an angel that God sent in his life.
Oh.
So that was the moment where I was overwhelmed. Somebody calling me that was something else. And he just completely opted out of bariatric surgery at that time. It was quite overwhelming for me too. So right now he's there with me from years together and still continuing, and he has reached almost to below 80.
Wow. It is a life-changing moment.
It was for me too, because 2 to 3 years of struggle, that's normally there when we start off. So after that, I got him as a client. So that was quite an achievement. And after that, I've never looked back.
Wow. God sent.
So yeah, many such moments came after that, but that was special.
Yes. And it is like, I think, kind of satisfaction when you see others happy with what you're doing for them.
Yeah, that's true. See, the thing is not just weight loss. See, now this person who I told you, he was a diabetic too. He was at the age of 32. He was on a diabetic scale of completely diabetic with, let's say, HbA1c 10. 10 is quite a high scale on HbA1c that we get. That's a 3 months average of blood glucose levels. So after losing this weight, even when he lost around 12 kgs too within 3 months, when his diabetes that's there, it got almost to 5.7, 5.6 or something. So it came to that normal level just by losing 12 kilos. So that's what happens when we think of losing weight. It's not just what weight that we lose. Even get our health back. So you feel more energetic. You feel much more better. Your skin becomes much more glowing. So everything works like that. But it should be on a healthier diet. It's not, fats don't give you that effect what a well-balanced diet gives.
Okay. After this interview, I am going to call on to you and ask you for a diet plan.
Sure.
Wow, that would be really great. I'm so excited. Okay, let's go to the next question. Suraksha, did your family get affected with the work schedule?
I would say to some extent, not a lot, but a little bit, because obviously when you're working for long hours, a little bit of sacrifice does have to be made, So initially, when I delivered my son, I took a 2-year break, once he was born, and then even after my daughter, I took a 1.5-year break, because that was the time when they needed me most. So that was the time I gave my full as a mother, I gave them all my time. And after that, I started again slowly for some time, not completely as how I used to do before, but then little bit lesser time. So I was doing that way. And now they have grown. So, and I was in a joint family, so that was a benefit, I would say, because at least they were looked after by my in-laws. So I didn't have that kind of problem. I didn't feel that guilty for not giving them too much time or ample time what they needed maybe.
Okay. I think, the family support is required when you are working.
So when you're working full-time, yes, family support is very necessary. Sometimes I would struggle to manage my home, husband, in-laws and kids, everyone together. It did become difficult sometimes. But then I think as time goes, you know how to manage things. And now I can advise someone how to plan out.
Wow. That would be really great. Diet plans with schedule plans.
Yeah, right.
That's really nice. Okay. So Raksha, I'm always worried about my kids' eating habits. She always likes to eat chips, junk food, and no vegetables. She will only go for non-veg. And I want to know, do you have something like a balanced diet to follow for a kid?
Children's diet. That's the most interesting thing that I find. I just love doing that because it's very easy to manage kids' diet. Only thing is, yes, they are fussy eaters sometimes, and sometimes it's like we are the reason for them being fussy eaters. It's not just them that's a problem. Like how you prepare French fries, the same way you can make carrot sticks. It tastes very good. You can make sweet potato sticks instead of making something with potato. Sweet potato is much more healthier for kids and they like it too. Same thing you can do with the air fryer or griller. Give them instead of these other unhealthy options. So those things can be done. See what your kid likes, even with vegetables. Most kids don't like any vegetable, but even vegetables can be put in foodstuffs. Maybe you can grate things. Just say we do make parathas kind of things. No? Put vegetables inside them so they don't know what is put. Sometimes you can put that same thing in idlis and vegetables can be put. Corn can be done. Corn can be put inside idlis. So all these things you can include doing.
Okay, that means we have to secretly put it.
Yeah, right. So dosas can be made with the palak puree. So same dosas but green. They become green. So they become a lot more interesting too. Colorful dosas or something like that. So that can be done.
Yeah.
I do give recipes for kids. Options, those are there instead of junk food. So they taste equally good and kids enjoy eating all these things.
Yeah, right. I will surely take that from you soon after the interview.
Sure.
This was the end of our episode 3. We will be coming back with episode 4 where Suraksha will give us a lot of information regarding thyroid and hormonal issues and also very important tips to help in your diet. So stay tuned. Listeners, if you have liked our interview, please do click on that like button and also comment. As I say, comments are important to us. Thank you and Allah Hafiz.